Hey, what's up, you guys? Welcome to the channel. Welcome to Knowles Tarot. I hope you guys are feeling pretty well. Welcome in. Thank you guys for being here. This is going to be a general reading. It's going to be your current and your future energy reading for this week. So welcome in. Make sure to like, share, subscribe, comment, subscribe, notifications, all the wonderful things. It definitely helps the channel, helps me out, so I'd appreciate it. I love to hear your thoughts, so definitely comment if you can. Excuse me, still kind of healing, but we're going to be looking at your current and your future energy. We're going to be looking at that with the Hermetic Tarot and the Lenormand Oracle first, and then the Hermetic Tarot to clarify. But then before, before that, we're going to be looking at the overall energy with the Wisdom of the Oracle. And excuse the lighting, it came in at a weird time of the day again. I can never get the lighting right. It's either super dark or bright as hell. It's just the chaos and imbalance of the Aries energy, you know. Other than that, let's see. Before we get into this, actually, I wanted to start off having a fortune cookie. So, excuse me. I'll probably timestamp when the cards start. But this cookie is crumbled as shit up. So I don't have to really open it up because it's already in pieces. Jesus Christ. So maybe something being shattered to pieces. I don't know what that's about. But I'll open this up. I will say there was a super creative energy, like returning to something creative, or also just like the return of something. So it feels like something's returning. Could be a retrograde of sorts, but it's like something that's returning that gives you good feelings. So let me just open up this crumble and see what fortune cookie says. You are admired as a leader in your community. I don't even know if I'm going to be able to focus on that. But you are admired as a leader in your community. I like these fortune cookies. They're kind of cheesy, but you know, you can always take something from it, I guess. I don't know. So you're admired as a leader in your community. That's cool. I'm not going to eat this because this is not an ASMR channel. You'd find that in other places. I guess I'll have a little bit. It's pretty good. So I'll leave this here for the reading. Sorry for the chewing. But you are admired as a leader in your community. I like that. It's not a return of something. I was thinking, in like being a leader in your community, maybe you're returning to a community. Maybe you've been away from a community. But no matter what, if you're returning or if you've been away, like the community understands. And not only do they understand, they admire you for it because of your leadership skills and your growth potential, stuff like that. I don't know. No cards yet, but it's just what it feels like. So let's start with the Wisdom of the Oracle. We've got exchanging gifts at the bottom still from last week's reading. That's pretty nice. So, and that was a really nice reading. It was something about giving up and then receiving something beautiful in exchange. So it could go along with the same message of higher power. That comes out a lot. I can't see the screen because I've turned it down for the brightness, save battery and all, so I can't see. Hopefully that shows up well enough. There's a lot of messages coming in though, but the overall message is definitely receiving something beautiful. Feels like a community, feels like a leadership aspect, but I don't know. And we got chopped wood that's not coming out, it's not ready, but chopped wood, and what else? The second one, unfinished symphony. Ooh, so something that's an unfinished symphony, but with chopped wood. I think I remember it's about putting in the work, like a beaver or something that chops wood, that like puts in consistent work. It could be creative work with the beaver analogy. In the community, beavers usually work together in a community, so this could be about work, community. And with the chopped wood and unfinished symphony, it's like something that again, unfinished symphony, the return of something. That's what the unfinished symphony means. It's like the return of a cycle that is unfinished, and maybe with this chopped wood, you're putting in the work to complete it. I don't know. So let's see. Overall energy with the current and future. Wow. It's the same as unfinished symphony, but it's in a different, I don't know, we're going to read it from the book. Never-ending story. Oh my god, I cannot see the screen. Never-ending story. Hopefully that shows up. What's at the bottom? Oh, I love it. I love it. And it's going to get bright as hell, Jesus. I can't really control it, so I'll just work with it. Blessed is at the bottom. Lord in heaven, I can't see my screen. Hopefully you guys see that. I'm going to leave it in a general space. Blessed at the bottom, which is the overall, for the overall. So something that you're blessed in, something that you have no need to worry about, I'm feeling, and I'm hearing. Of course, chopped wood, put in work, because you know faith without works is dead. Bible scripture there. But basically, like, you can have faith and believe in it, but you also have to put in work. But if you put in the work, you don't have to worry. You just have to have the faith. But never-ending story. I'm looking at the yes and no, the love. It feels very like, does he love me? Does he love me not? Sort of thing. Looking at a mirror now, so reflecting. And the wings here are down. They're not being used for flight. So you're not flying. You're not taking flight at the moment, but you have the ability to. But you're making the choice to sit and reflect. It feels. 37 is a 10, so an ending with a new beginning. Let's read it from the book and see what it says for Never-ending Story. Essential meanings for a never-ending story. Here's a picture of if you can see it, because I can't tell. Essential meaning: self-criticism, the wounded ego, unnecessary dramas. The oracle's message: there is a story woven through the imperfect fabric of life that tells the hurt and loss, rejection and humiliation, self-loathing and arrogance, and all manner of suffering that is born of unnecessary dramas. It is the old story whose refrain that you cannot do this. Wait. Whose refrain is that you cannot do this. Whose refrain is you must not go there, and that you should not say that, lest your world come crumbling down. Today, know that none of this is actually true. The sky is not falling. The voice you hear is just a small, scared, conditioned part of you that got stuck in a lie, wants to protect you, and needs to be seen as a victim. Love the lost piece of you. Fear is all that it knows. Distorted guidance is preventing you from being true to yourself. You are not the story, and the narrator is simply the voice that is the part of your fearful. You are not your story, and the narrator is simply the voice of your fearful part, small and vulnerable and easily soothed. So I'm guessing this card talks a lot about, I guess, like the ego, which keeps you like in a perpetual stuck cycle. Maybe fears involved, dramas, just basically like the voice inside of your head where it's like you are your worst enemy kind of energy. And that's like kind of Five of Swords in a sense. But the one part that connects here for me is the distorted guidance is preventing you from being true to yourself. Because in that, it's like distorted guidance would be, guidance in a sense is leadership, like being led, being guided somewhere. So it's like the leadership within you, if it is distorted, it's causing you to be not such a good leader for others, you know. But if your guidance system within, if you are guiding yourself and it's not distorted and you are being true to yourself and you're moving past fears, past restrictions, and you're letting faith guide you instead, that's going to help you be a much better leader for yourself and for your community. Damn, that sun on my back. I'm feeling Leo energy this whole reading. One, because of the sun, and two, just because of leadership, and that just feels like a Leo energy. So I don't know. And also, again, like it says, you are not your story. It's like time for you to create your story. You don't have to run through like the same old stories, which is interesting because I'm talking about Leo energy, and we're gonna get into the cards now. But um, Phineas, the brother and writer for Billie Eilish, um, but they also, the individual artist himself, Phineas. He released a Christmas song recently that I just literally just heard this morning for the first time, and all the comments were like kind of saying the same thing. They were like, "Oh, we're so glad that someone's like writing a Christmas song that's like doesn't really sound the same as the old Christmas songs," which is, I love Christmas, and I love Christmas music. It's one of my favorite genres, I guess, in general. Times, eras. Um, Great music, and I would never want to change it. But still, the way he wrote his song, very different from a lot of other Christmas music, and it's that same message of like writing a new story, and it can still be as beautiful. It doesn't have to sound the same, but it can still be very beautiful. A new way to lead, it feels like. We'll see. A new story you're writing. Let's see. So we got the Lenormand Oracle for the current and future energy. Never-ending story. No, overall, this feels like with the chopped wood. It feels like ending the story. It feels like I don't know. Like it wouldn't have come out like the message. I feel like it coming out as the initial whoa, is there a Mercury retrograde coming or something? It coming out as the initial message is like showing that it's being made aware of, so you're not stuck in the story. It's like you're coming to the end of it to create a new one. So let's see. Current energy with the Lenormand Oracle. Ooh. I forget, is this wheel or is this time? Yeah, this is the Wheel of Fortune. The time has the clocks in it. Oh, my throat. Excuse me. So the Wheel of Fortune, or Fate, I forget what it's called in this deck. Number 16, though, which is the number of the Tower in the normal tarot, or traditional tarot. Six of Cups as well at the bottom. It's got all the zodiacs on here too, so it's just like the wheel of. Man, what does it mean in this deck? I'll have to go off of intuitively. I know that I see a lot of sixes here, so balance, and also sixes are like past, present, future. That represents time and like alignment. I'm getting a lot of like, because 6 is also a number of choice, and I know that that's the connecting factor when I think of like zodiacs, like the way like what zodiac you're born into. It's like who you are, which is like almost fate and destiny, where it's like who you are versus who you choose to be. So it's like you can be born as like one of these zodiacs, and you can be destined to act like it. You can be destined to move a certain way, but you can also make choices to become or move a different way. Where it's like it's the same thing as like the song analogy with Phineas, where it's like you could write the same exact. You can write the exact same like Christmas song with the same melodies and the same movement and stuff, and it'll sound great. Or you can choose to venture out, try something different, write a new story, and it can sound just as great, but even like a little better with like that aspect of something different. I don't know. In the current energy, it's like you are deciding almost who you want to be. If you want to continue to make the same story, which would be perfectly okay, sound great, or if you want to maybe write a new song. I don't know what that's about. What's at the bottom? 10 of Swords. Yeah, more 10 energy. What's 37 here? Never-ending story. Where 10s are very, something's ending, but you can see the new beginning. It's like the night is over, but you can see the sun rising. so you know there's a new day with it. So maybe this is making a choice to see the new dawn of like a new version of yourself. The choice to I don't know, that it's just making choices. And I have to read more from the deck. I could be getting... That's definitely what it feels like here, though. With the sixes here, definitely the six is like... What is six? Is that house of Virgo? Yes, house of Virgo. Which... Thinking... How's Virgo having this? I know 6 in the tarot. Because I know I'm thinking Virgo, but 6 in the tarot is the Lovers, which is Gemini. And in Gemini and Virgo share Mercury, so there's communication, there's choices. So like a lot of communication going on probably right now. And a lot of choices, and then with Virgo, organization. It's just, that also just feels like very medical because of Mercury, and then Virgo with the organization and the communication just feels like very doctory, clinical. So like Mercury energy, but movement, like things are moving forward. Again with that, something's ending, something's beginning. So things are there's like a process is kind of what it feels like too. That feels very Gemini and Virgo. It's very process. Analyzing, very whatever you can think of Mercury to be, connecting. So I don't know. We'll look at it deeper with tarot. But definitely just something's moving forward and choices are being made in your current energy. And it's all being based off, like with that 6 energy, it's like alignment, like past, present, and future. Like who do you want to be in the future? Who have you been in the past? And like who are you in the present? There's a lot of analyzing going on with that right now, possibly. Potentially. Let's see. With the future energy, with the Lenormand. Damn, I need to get the book for this deck because I would love some logistics. Because me working off of the Pisces Mercury, it's already enough on its own. I need a book. Future energy for the collective with the Lenormand. Oh, I love that. Okay, first of all, so it came out and it was cool, and then it got even better. So something about the future energy where like something feels good and then it gets even better. It first came out with the King of Pentacles. I've been loving this energy with the 34. I've been seeing a lot of 34s recently, and this is with the fish too. So very Piscean, but then also King of Pentacles, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. So there's more of that Virgo energy. So it just feels very prepared, and like look how these two fish are going one way and you're going another. That's that making that choice to go your own way. And with this energy, it's very responsible. It's very King of Pentacles, very fruitful, very abundant, nurturing as well with the water energy here. But the earth energy is very stable, so something that's very stable for you, right? A stable direction. But again, with the water, it's like your own flow, but it's still very stable. But then what came out afterwards, I love it, it's one of my favorite cards. This is the 6 of Wands in this deck, which is a commitment. It's the cross. Things about crosses to bear. So with the King of Pentacles is like a responsibility you need to bear, a choice that bears a responsibility. And with the King of Pentacles, it's a heavy one. There's that Capricorn energy. But with the Taurus energy in that, I would say it's very renewing, very rebirthing, very Empress. So very, again, stable and abundant. It just takes a heavy responsibility of process analysis and process analysis with Virgo, and then with Capricorn, there's a heaviness, but then there's also the you can do it, like you can Like, even if you got to get in there with your bare hands, you can do it. And then that Capricorn energy is the sea goat, so it's probably does very well in that water. Can probably work its way through till you get to your Taurus energy, the rebirth in that. I was pointing at this card, but I don't know. There's gonna be rebirth in that, a new commitment to something. How your commitment is being tested. It feels like with this, but it feels like you passed the test. I don't know. It feels like King of Pentacles would definitely pass whatever test. Like, they would be responsible enough to take all the notes and all that. Really know how to. Oh, and nice, the key in the cage. One of my other favorites. Oh, this is really nice. I haven't seen these cards in a while. So King of Pentacles, 34 to 36. I always talk about the destination in between, or I always talk about the points in between. Like, it's not about A or B, it's about in between. But right now, I think it's about point A and point B. So again, this is moving forward. This is ending like one part of you, moving on to another. This reading would definitely be would be like point A and point B. So this is you going to point B. Maybe you're having to also analyze. Oh, that's so cool because 33 is right before. So these almost come in alignment. The one we're missing is 35. So something about 35. I don't know what card that is in this deck. But it's number 8. And that part's being hidden, which is interesting because 8 is the house of Scorpio. So it's just some part of the journey that's being hidden. So we can't see what's gonna happen in between. At the moment, we just currently know that at this point in the process, you are handling things responsibly, trying to do your best to move in your own flow as well. But then once you get to the end, you will be successful, and you will find yourself in a new commitment that feels right to you. With maybe even a lighter cross to bear. I don't know. Let's see. Key in the cage, though, is so nice. 8 of Pentacles, maybe a new job opportunity that you've been really looking for. I like that, though. Okay. So let's clarify with tarot. Tarot-fi. Claro? I don't know. We got the Hermetic Tarot, and at the bottom, the Chariot. Excuse me. Oh, I gotta weight these cards down. Okay. Just gonna fly away in the wind. And gone with the wind goes my cards. Just kidding. Stay put, please. Alright. So in the current energy, there is, and I guess I can quickly clarify real quick what, no, we'll start with the current future and then we'll go back. So current and future, the current was the 16, the Wheel of Fate, Wheel of Fortune. You're making choices in your current, choices based off who you are and who you want to be. Oh, next to you, what song is that? I feel like I'm just singing a dumb song. It's probably from like Camp Rock. I was about to start singing. Oh my God, not me really about to go into it. Because in the song he says, "You're the voice I hear inside my head, the reason that I'm singing. I need to find you, gotta find you." It's very cheesy. I used to sing it all the time though. But in the book we were talking about with Neverending Story or something like that, about how it's like the voice that can be your guidance system inside of you. So this is really, I think there's something more about that. Just really paying attention, using a nurturing voice to guide yourself. Capricorn energy, the heaviness, there's a lot of heaviness. So there might be, with the weight and the pressure and the heaviness of what you have to deal with, just remember to continue to use like a nurturing perspective and a nurturing voice towards yourself. Because Capricorn is wise enough to know that everything takes time, takes growth. The Rome wasn't built in a day, that sort of thing. So it's like you can continue to just nurture yourself as much as you can. And the birds agree, apparently. So let me go ahead. The Wheel of Fate, Fortune, your current energy with the Hermetic Tarot. What's that about? Oh, Temperance. Major Arcana. So the universe is in charge of your current energy with this Major Arcana coming out. You need to state that up front. So it's like there's a lot of things being balanced. Oh, the Hermit as well. A lot of Major Arcana. So definitely the universe is more. Yeah, there's a major thing about faith here, because with Temperance and the Wheel of Fortune and the Lenormand, Temperance is like patience and alchemy, things happening underneath. It's like something's baking. So it's like you've put together the ingredients for it. You've done what you can for point A for the first part, and now things are being cooked in the oven. So you're not the oven. You can't make the cake bake itself. You have to let the oven do its process. So there's definitely a process at the moment going on with Temperance and the Wheel of Fortune. In this current moment, you're just having to reflect on who it is that you want to be. You're having to reflect on, and that's it. Yeah, I feel like reflection, like the Six of Cups is definitely a reflection with the Wheel of Fortune. Did not even think about that. So reflection, while things are being put into place, while things are cooking, and you know, once the oven's done, you're gonna have a beautiful cake. You know, depending on if you put the ingredients in together, right? You know, I usually do, so I'm assuming you might too. But if you put the ingredients in together right, you're gonna have a beautiful cake at the end. But there's something in this that takes time at the current moment, and it's cool that Temperance and this both came out, because they're both about almost like time and process. Now we don't control the hands of time. But what you're doing with it feels like it's a good thing. I know the Hermit here is showing me that it feels like a good thing, because it's like there's more of that Virgo energy for sure. So it's like you are definitely doing your due diligence, you're doing your due process in whatever you're doing. So honestly, it's almost a confirmation that you're doing the right thing, because the universe is stepping in this much. There's the alternative where the universe could be stepping in as much because you may need the help, which could be, you know, and help is always good. So like if you need it, this is good. This is the universe stepping in to help. But it more so feels like the universe is now doing their part. Now that you've played your part, you've read the instructions, you've done what you can do. Now the universe is stepping in to do their part and help you complete this process. It's very nice. The Hermit is a 9. Yeah, complete this process, definitely, because 9 is like a circle energy, where it's like the circle is now complete, and now the universe will come in with the Temperance energy to turn that 9 into a 10. That's cool too, because in the future you do have this 36 as well, which is a 9. Temperance in your current. That's interesting. Alright, so in your future you have the King of Pentacles with the Fish, which is about responsibility and maybe even like I don't know, a job opportunity again with that energy, because we had 8 of Pentacles and now we also have the King of Pentacles, so very very much like a job opportunity, or like just I'm trying to avoid saying the word duty, but you know what I mean, like an obligation, something like that. And then you also have the 6 of Wands with the Cross, so something to carry, an opportunity, a responsibility to carry. Let's see what we have in the future energy with the Hermetic Tarot. In the future, we have the Eight of Wands. Oh my goodness. Last week's reading we had the Eight of Swords, and we had the Eight of Wands, and we also had the Eight of Pentacles come out. So a lot of 8 energy. And I remember the number we had missing between the 34 and 36 in your future was a 35, and that's also an 8, because 35 is missing, that's also an 8. Jesus, so 8 is definitely an important number here. 8 is the house of Scorpio, so this could be a hidden aspect. But then 8 is also the number of like infinite, what did I say last time? Like infinite success, almost like the Tom Ford assembly line, where it's like when you figure out how to do something right, you continue to do it that same way. Like in manufacturing, if you know it works, like if you know you can, what's an easy thing? Oh my goodness, like a water bottle and then a cap. If you know that you can make the water bottle cap screw on this way, you make all the machines do it the exact same way, because that'll bring in infinite abundance, because you don't have to really put in work. It just manifests for itself if you do it right the first time, almost. So this is like what this is about with the 8 energy of like infinite manifesting and creation. But with the 8 of Wands here, it's different. Oh.
And if you're up to it,
I thought you were coming back from the doctor's appointment.
Huh?
I thought you were just coming back from your doctor's
No, I
appointment.
didn't. I'm moving it because I didn't know you were gonna do that. And can you, if you're up to it, like Jaden needs to find something to wear tomorrow for a storyboard character, but it's supposed to be something she finds around the house.
Okay.
She has the paper in her backpack. If you wouldn't mind helping her find something, someone to be.
That's easy.
Thank you.
Yeah. Okay. There's more of the Mercury energy with the 8 of Wands. But it's Mercury and it's Sagittarius. With Wands. Sagittarius, I was just reading about it. It reminds me of the bow and the arrow. Just having that like direct target on sight. And with Mercury, it's like connecting, communicating. So it's very strategic. But the 8 of Wands is also about having faith before you move forward, before you pull the arrow back, before you let go of the arrow to sink into the target. You have to sort of like, breathe, envision your target. You have to, like, you can, I'm pretty sure you've seen like the Avengers or whatnot, some superhero movie where they just like shoot off arrows at a whim. But in between the point where they pull it back and then they release it, there's always a space in between that is not really privy to the audience, where they are, where it's like a connection between them and their bow, where they're like, or them and their expertise, where it's like they have to envision the target, they have to like imagine they're hitting it, like they can't just like shoot at a whim. There's a strategic process, but it's like a very fiery strategic process where it's like it's faith, it's and like honing their skill in a sense. So this is very like, I hope that makes sense, where it's like there's not much logic. There is logic involved, but it's a bow and arrow is a bit more free than like something that's I don't know, it's hard to explain. It just feels like in the future with the 6 of Wands and the King of Pentacles and the responsibility to carry, it's like what you're aiming for, what you're shooting for, what you are what you are looking, sorry, my phone battery, what you're looking to accomplish or attack, or what you're aiming for with this Sagittarius energy is like you're really, this may be like the hidden energy is in between. So if there's anything showing you about anything about that hidden energy in between your victory and your responsibility to carry, because you have responsibilities to carry, but then you will have victory at the end of it. But what's in between that is like really aiming, really taking like that small breath before you release the arrow. It's like, what's my target? What am I aiming for? Right? And with Mercury here, it's like really communicating with yourself, really organizing your brain, your processing everything. But it's so quick, it's so fiery. So it's really important to really hone in on what's like most important to you, that one fire, that one flame. And then once you aim for it, I feel like once you attack it, you reach the victory, you hit it. You then reach that Six of Wands energy, which is really nice. The Eight of Wands here is coming to show you, in the Judgment at the bottom, that there are big choices, important choices, but you're gonna, with that Six of Wands, there's usually nothing else I can see but victory, which is good. Because it's like, there's so much responsibility and weight that you're carrying, so it's a good thing to remember that as long as you hone in on what's most important, you will receive victory in this. I just wanted to pull one more real quick for the never-ending story. I was curious with the Hermetic Tarot. Never-ending story. Oh my god. Pull out the Queen of Wands. Oh, there's so much wand energy now. Temperance, Eight of Wands, and Queen of Wands. That's cool. Queen of Wands is just definitely attracting, very attractive, very dynamic, powerful. This is Pisces and Aries energy. So yeah, and Pisces and Aries, I don't know, it feels, and that's like Pisces is the last sign, Aries is the first sign. So that's very cool, never-ending story, how we're talking about the last chapter of one story and the very beginning of a new story. Being done with the Queen of Wands, you're pulling it in, you are attracting it in, you are I see it's definitely attracting, but how? It's like you're pulling it in. And you're pulling it in because you yourself are being like you're a vessel that's you're making yourself empty of all other things, and that's how you're being made available to pull this in. Like whatever you're releasing yourself from, whatever you're letting flow out of you, that's just how much you're letting flow back into you. So this is going to be something that's really, really powerful and impactful, very connecting, very abundant. So this is going to be, you're pulling in a major, like, brand new story, and it's going to be really beautiful. I know it feels like it's going to make you much more powerful, a lot smarter, and just a lot more attractive towards, I don't know, like once you pull in abundant things now, those things are just gonna attract more abundance for you coming forward. It's really beautiful. I hope this helps. Thank you for coming again. Make sure to like, share, subscribe, comment, notifications. If you would like a private reading, info for that is down below. And thank you so much for being here. I'll see you guys on the next one. Bye, guys.